All right, let's do calls of the day. Let's throw up Robinhood today. Price target to 160 from 105. Reiterated outperform at Bernstein. So 160 from 105, Joe. They also today, Robinhood launches its pro and college football prediction market. So notice DraftKings and Flutter were down on that news. You own the stock.
Recent purchase into the ETF. So we're just trying to kind of understand how it's going to trade based on momentum. But I think what is impressive about the company, and one of the reasons why it was a candidate overall to be included, was the score increased dramatically on the quality side. This is a company that continues to diversify its business model, not just oriented towards crypto, into other areas of the financial services industry. And they're beginning to throw off cash, seeing the revenue growth being very strong, and that quality factor is really more than anything else. The momentum has always been there for this company. Now, as we move forward, I think you have to acknowledge, and I want to be humble about this, it is going to be susceptible to where the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum and other crypto assets go. So if you see a continuation of the mild pullback that we've seen over the last several days in those crypto assets, I think you're going to see Robinhood trading lower. That's just going to be the effect of crypto.
Is it a bull market barometer in some respects too? Because the things you cite, you know, tie a little bit to a bull market.
Yeah,
right?
and I love that you're identifying that, because I don't think you can ignore it. No, I don't think you can ignore those things. I think those are reflective of behavior more than anything else.
Hey, let's look at DraftKings and Flutter. I did mention those, and I just want to touch on them. I saw that earlier this morning they were down. And some were suggesting it was because of the Robinhood news. Flutter's flat and DraftKings not down all that much. So we'll move on from that. Rocket Companies initiated by $25 price target BTIG. Josh, this is you.
Yeah, I will not sell any of my shares in Rocket right now because I think if and when they ever get around to normalizing interest rates, this is like obviously going to be one of the biggest beneficiaries. While the housing market has been down and out, this company has been pulling off very aggressive acquisitions, including this Mr. Cooper deal, which will close by year end. And based on what the analyst is saying, that will make Rocket the largest mortgage originator and servicer. And they are going to have a war chest of cash post-close. They're going to have about $500 million worth of merger-related synergies over the next 2 years. And the rate cuts that will spur more housing activity. Don't forget, they also acquired Redfin earlier this summer, and that deal already closed. So from my perspective, this should be a $25 or $30 stock if they can execute. It won't happen overnight, but I'm actually looking for a market-wide pullback to get this thing back into the low to mid-teens, and I'll probably add a lot more if it ever does get down to that level. So I'm looking at this as like an 18 to 24-month situation that could trade substantially higher.
UBS raised their gold forecast today. That's one of the calls we want to hit. Target 3,600 by the end of March. That's up from 35, and to 37 by the end of June. 37 by the end of June from 35. Despite the dialing back of some trade frictions, they say, we see U.S. macro-related risks, questions over Fed independence, worries about fiscal sustainability, and geopolitics, and underpinning the de-dollarization trends and more central bank buying. That's interesting. Liz, what do you think about that?
Look, I have liked gold for a long time, but back in spring, it started to kind of stall out after the big run-up that it had from political volatility and tariffs. Right now, because policy uncertainty has actually come down, given the fact that tariffs are either in effect or maybe just the verbiage around it has slowed down a bit, I don't see a ton of upside for gold maybe between now and year end. I think we would need an uptick in some more of that uncertainty to see another big bid. Gold has had an incredible run. It has outperformed the S&P over periods, which is just amazing. So I think we've squeezed a lot out of gold for now, and we would need a shift in the policy narrative to put it back on the uptrend.
All right.